Good morning, or should I say good evening. This is your February 17th, 2021 COVID-19 update for the Whittier area. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide. And here we have the COVID-19 trend graph for Wednesday, February 17th, 2017. As you can see right here at this end, the numbers continue to fall in the Whittier area. You've seen the rest of this graph already. Let's go on to the next stage and look at these numbers. All these numbers are low. Everything's below 15, even Pico Rivera, which has the highest at 14, and there's only 6 deaths. Almost everyone had 0 deaths. A couple of them had 2. That would be Pico Rivera and La Mirada, had 2 deaths each yesterday from COVID-19, and these are the areas bordering the Whittier area. These numbers looking okay here. 17 might be a little bit concerning. That puts them in the red. Another thing that you will notice also is that most of the communities, you remember that last time all these were red, well, most of them are now green, and the ones that didn't make the green are actually in the yellow, which means they're on their way down also. Let's go ahead and, City of Whittier's yellow, South Whittier's yellow. Pico Rivera is orange, and that is because they are over 10. So if you're over 10, you go in the orange phase. Only community that's still red right now is Cerritos because they have at least 17, which is over 15. Anything over 15 puts you in the red zone. 5 deaths in the areas bordering Whittier altogether, with 2 of those being in Downey. Here are your top 5 statistics. Pico Rivera has the highest number of new cases at 14, which again, when you compare it to a couple weeks ago, that's a very tiny amount, almost 0 in fact. City of Whittier is second with 10, Hacienda Heights has 10. The highest spread rate was in Hacienda Heights, but as you'll notice here, all of these spread rates are less than 1% for the Whittier area, for these Whittier area communities. Here's your daily deaths. La Mirada and Pico Rivera each had 2 COVID deaths each today, and Whittier and La Habra each had 1. The total community penetration, which is the minimum percentage of local residents who have already experienced COVID-19, is currently at 25% of all Whittier area residents. And it says February 16th there, but that should actually say February 17th. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next page. And here's something that's new. We took a look at the percentage of Whittier area residents that actually took a COVID-19 test. And based on the data available from LA County, we found that 86.14% of all Whittier area residents have already been tested for COVID-19. Of those, 75% have tested negative. We took some sample communities out and to see how they were doing. City of Whittier is right there at 49.2%. You got Pico Rivera, 56.18%. We know that they've been making a huge outreach, trying to get people to test over there in Pico Rivera. South Whittier, almost 50% tested in South Whittier. West Whittier appears to have the highest test rate of this sample block right here, 52.6%. So that means that more residents in West Whittier have tested for COVID-19 than in any other community. The 2 lowest would be East Whittier at 20%. Only 20% of their residents have tested. And if you live in the Rose Hill Spyglass area, only about 16.32% of your neighbors have tested for COVID-19. Obviously, you got to improve those numbers there if you live in those communities. If you live in these other ones, as you can see, there's still room to grow. You still have a lot of people out there in your communities that still have not been tested, especially for those who are almost at the 50% mark, like South Whittier and City of Whittier. Almost 50% of your community residents have tested for the virus. We have reached out to public health officials about these numbers, what they attribute them to, and also the fact that if you test negative 1 week does not mean that you won't test positive a week or 2 later. This is your COVID-19 update for February 17th, 2021.